In this section, let's try to discuss about filters in Spring Security. What is the purpose of them? What are inbuilt filters associated in Spring Security? How we can write our own custom filters based upon the business requirements that we have. So a lot of times we'll have situations outside our regular authentication and authorization inside our Spring Security flow. One such requirements like I want to do an input validation, whatever user is giving to me, like whether his username is valid, whether his password is valid in terms of data validation that I want to perform. And at the same time, we may want to log, audit, report user details like the IP address that he is trying to perform the authentication and authorization, and at the same time encryption, decryption, multi-factor authentication like generating an OTP verification code. So all this comes under the use cases beyond authorization and authentication inside any Spring Security framework. So in order to handle such housekeeping activities, we can use HTTP filters available in Spring Security. As you may know, filters are servlet concepts, and the same has been leveraged by Spring Security as well. In all the previous sections that we discussed, we already saw some inbuilt filters provided by Spring Security Framework, like whatever we're trying to do authentication that will be handled by a authentication filter. The same applies for authorization. And if you enable and configure CSRF CORS inside your Spring Security, a filter handles such requirements for you inside the framework. So basically, a filter is a component which receives a request and process your logic what you have written inside the filter and hand over the same request and response that it received to the further filters in the chain. So basically, we can have multiple chain of filters with an order like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and those filters will be executed one by the framework. And whenever you are done with execution inside your filter will hand over to the next filter in the chain till it reaches to the end of the chain. Spring Security is based upon chain of servlet filters. Like entire Spring Security framework has been written based upon the filters, servlet filters, which we can see in the next video. And depending on the configurations that we do, the inbuilt filters will be added or removed. Suppose if I configure CSRF or CORS, those filters will be activated inside my flow. Otherwise, those filters will not be activated by the Spring Security Framework. On top of whatever Spring Security Framework provides in terms of filters, we can also define our own custom filters and add them in the flow of Spring Security authentication and authorization to handle our business housekeeping activities like input validation, logging, tracing, auditing. I hope this is making sense to you. I'll catch up you in the next video where we can see what are the inbuilt filters provided by Spring Security. Thank you and bye.